got your string about 3.5 feet. What we're gonna do is tie its legs and arms up. Tie one of the limbs. Go underneath the tray. And grab the other side. Go around a couple times to make it even easier to hold on to. Same thing with the upper limbs. Okay, so what you would do, your first incision, pull up on the umbilical cord, be about 1 inch above the umbilical cord. Start to cut down. As soon as you see an opening, you'll see the umbilical vein right here. Continue to just cut a little bit. Keep on pulling on the umbilical cord so you don't cut the underlying tissue. Then take your scissors and you can continue down into the thighs, both sides. Can you someone tell her? This is the umbilical vein. You want to cut this. So then you got a nice flap here. There's some liquid in there with some of the latex dye that they injected, but you can see the bladder and then the 2 umbilical arteries on both sides. All right, your next incision is going upwards. You probably won't go through the sternum with the scalpel. You can use your scissors to do that, but at least go through the skin and muscle with the scalpel. Okay, extend this into the arms. Over here as well. Take your scissors, go up through the sternum. Kind of keep them superficial so you don't damage the heart. You can see the heart underneath. The pericardium was kind of cut during that. You can also see the diaphragm separating the thoracic and abdominal cavity. You got the liver. Underneath the liver you have the gallbladder, the green thing there. The stomach. You can't really see it now, but underneath the stomach down here in this liquid will be the pancreas. Of course, you got the small intestines and then the large intestine right there. So what you want to do is separate the ribs from the skin, like that. Just peel it away with your hand. You can even use a dull probe if you want. Get it started with maybe the scalpel kind of being a little aggressive, just ripping it with my hands. All right, and then you can take your scissors and cut off the ribs. You can see the diaphragm was ripped off there. Okay. Of course, you can take tissues, paper towels, I should say, and absorb a lot of this liquid, or even take it to the sink and rinse it off. Unfortunately for this video, we get one of the messier ones. It's usually not this bad, but you can also just kind of tilt it to the side. All right, so then in the neck region, kind of separate some of this with your hands. Most of the work can be done with your fingers. Scalpel is kind of aggressive to use at this point. You can see all the vessels are starting to show themselves. In the front, you got some muscles. You can see on both sides of the neck, the trachea. You can see, get a little closer there, you can see the thymus. This right here. Thymus is underneath this membrane. So that's the thymus on both sides. Over here and here. inside of this, just behind this, you should be able to see the thyroid. Doesn't look like it's going to be a dark color like it usually is, but that's the thyroid right on the anterior part of the trachea. So the thyroid and then the thymus on both sides.